But I went to go donate blood today, and I got super messed up. Like holy crap! And then I got blindsided every time. Nobody there gives you any kind of warnings on anything that they do to you. Like I'm sitting there, we go to the first room. Like I said, gotta test you for stuff. She said she was testing me for iron, and we're chilling there. And she's doing the blood pressure and the heart rate. They're doing stuff really fast because apparently there's a lot of people. So we're going really fast. And then as she's taking my blood pressure, she puts a little fucking finger poke thing and like an alcohol swab like next to my finger. And I'm just looking at it, and she's like asking me questions. Uh, you know, I had to tell her every country that I've been to in the last 3 years. Man, that took a minute. That took a minute. I'm just going there, and she's doing her thing, and I'm like, oh, Colombia, Philippines, Korea, Japan, Dominican Republic, and I'm like thinking and thinking, I'm like, what? I've been to a lot of fucking places. Mexico, fuck, I don't know. And then she grabs the finger poke thing, and I'm like, what's that? And then she pokes my finger, and I start bleeding out, and she goes like, oh, we're gonna test your iron. Like I'm already bleeding. Right? I was mid fucking story, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we gotta test your." And then she like wraps up my finger, and I'm like, "What the fuck's going on? What? That's weird." Um, so that was completely unexpected. I like that. I hate that more than I hate needles. Those finger poke things. I was gonna literally ask her if that was like optional, so I wouldn't do it. And she had already poked me before I could even ask her what it was. We go to the little next waiting room because I was used to test you and ask you a bunch of questions to make sure that you could actually donate blood, I guess, before they fucking suck the life out of you. So next, I'm waiting in the little waiting room, whatever. It's not a, and they're like, "Oh, you want a right hand or left hand?" Well, my right hand is so fucking stabbed, and it's just this absolute demolished. Um, like all my veins right here on my right side of my hand, they're done. They're over with. Like it's so fucking painful. I've had so many blood draws and shit. Um, so I'm like, oh, let's do it with the left. So I'm like, okay, well, we gotta wait for a left-handed chair to open. I'm like, oh, do I have these like $5,000 chairs and they're only for one arm or the other? They're like these $3,000 fucking reclinable, vibrating fucking chairs. They're only they're only for one hand. Okay, weird, but I guess it is what it is. So we're waiting, waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and then they call me over to my left chair because I waited 40 minutes while I use it. And then I sit down and she's taking my blood pressure, and I'm like, oh, what are all these machines for and stuff? And not much is happening. We're uh, I don't see it at this point. I don't see the needle, right? I don't see any needles anywhere. There's a couple like little tubes going around, some stuff. And then she pulls out this like white thing, and she starts poking my arm. I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's kind of weird. It's like a little white little piece of plastic or whatever. It's poking my hand, and then we're just talking. We're like, oh, this thing's for platelets, that one's for plasma, like this, all this different stuff. And then out of nowhere, like I have no idea, literally like straight from like a magic trick. She pulled this out of a hat. Um, like she's pulling it out of a hat. I see. Oh shit, I'm about to turn. This is the biggest needle that I've ever seen in my whole life. She pulls it out, points it right at my arm, and I go, "That's a big needle." She pokes me. Okay, she pokes me, and she says, "Oh yeah, 16 gauge." I'm like, "Oh," and like, like, get up, coming from like, it's already in my arm, lady. Like, it's too late to tell me that it's 16 gauge. Whatever that means. Dude, I didn't even know my veins were that big. This thing, I could see through it. The way when she pointed it at my arm, I could see through the fucking needle, bro. It was giant. My whole arm is bruised. Can I show it? You can see? My whole fucking arm is bruised. You guys can't see it very well. This was the biggest needle I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just getting bled out. I'm like, which of course is after I sit down. I'm asking questions because not apparently that's when my brain decides that, hey, there's some weird shit going on. So I'm asking, how long is this gonna take? And she's like, oh, well, this takes between 5 minutes or 15 minutes. And then she looks at my bag, and she's like, oh, depending on like how you're like bleeding, are you hydrated, depending on how well I put the needle in there. And then she looks at the bag, and she says, you'll be done in less than 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm a bleeder apparently. I'm bleeding. Um, uh, so whatever. They go. She goes to poke somebody else because this other nurse can't figure out what the fuck to do. She's poking the fuck out of this guy, like digging into her arm and shit. And then she calls my nurse over to help her, and uh, and she comes over and she clamps my blood. Apparently, I was done bleeding. So she comes over, she puts a little clamp on my fucking blood thing, and um, and then she walks away. So now I got my nurse and the other nurse. They're fumble fucking with another guy's arm, and I'm just left there with a giant needle in my hand, and I don't need to be bleeding anymore apparently. So after they're done poking that other guy, my nurse comes back to me, and and I start feeling like I'm gonna die. Like I feel like my consciousness is not it's not mine to have. I'm like, hey, I don't feel too good. And then she looks at me, and she goes, oh, and then she like raises my feet up. Right, it's $3,000 chairs. They can raise your feet kind of all the way up. And she's like, well, how about you start kicking your little legs around? You're like, you kick one up and then you move it around, you kick the other one. I'm like, oh, sure. So I'm like, I'm sitting there like a fucking moron. Uh, and then she takes out the needle because I was done bleeding a while ago. They just were fumble fucking with another guy. And um, I'm dying. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Um, she goes like, when's the last time you ate? I'm like, 2 in the morning. She goes like, oh, okay. Um, then she goes like, wait, say that one more time. I'm like, yeah, no, I ate around 2 in the morning. She's like, when? I'm like, yeah, like, this is at 2:30 p.m. This is 12 hours after I ate. Right? And she goes like, oh, you're supposed to eat like right before you came here. I'm like, what? I just had to eat like at some point, like anytime before I came here. And she goes, yeah, no, like you're gonna die. Well, I shouldn't say it, but she's like not happy, right? Now she's got this fucking grown ass man, um, like laying on her table, fucking about to core out. And I'm laying there, and I can kind of see my vision's getting kind of blurry. I feel cold, which that's fun. Um, and I'm just not having a great time. So she starts giving me the little. She's like, "Well, you need to eat something." I'm like, okay, well, what y'all got? She gives me fucking barbecue chips, like barbecue lays. Which, like, sure, I guess. And then she starts bringing me like little. I'm like dying of thirst, right? Like I need fluids. I'm literally getting bled to death here. Um, and I'm like, so how much did you guys take? Well, she goes, yeah, we took like 500 milliliters. It's like a small water bottle. Like, bitch, I know my units of measurement. That is half a liter. Okay, you buy cartons of milk in liters. You took half of that. I know what 500 milliliters is. But she's like, no, it's a little water bottle like size. Like it's not much. I'm like, okay. And she's a pure straight up gaslighting. Like girl, I know how much 500 milliliters is. And yeah, I'm laying there for like 15 minutes. She's bringing me little apple juices, like little cartons, like for kids. And she's like putting a little straw in there for me, which I thought was really cute. And she's like opening them up for me, putting a little straw in there. She's bringing me chips, and then I drink like two little apple juices. I'm like, well, I'm gonna need more than this. So she goes, gets another one, then I drink that one, and then I'm like, oh, probably more than that. So she goes back, she brings me two more little orange juice, apple juices, and she like leaves. She just walks away. Like, I don't know if she has somebody else to do. Obviously, I'm taking up a chair. Like, there's nobody else in that chair. But she walks away for a little while, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling okay now. And then, oh shit. But yeah, after like 5 minutes of drinking little apple juices and eating barbecue Lays, I don't know if it were Lays or something else, but yeah, eventually I felt good and I left and I did some shopping and stuff, and now my arm is bruised. I have this is like a 2-inch bruise on my arm where they put that fucking needle, bro. And the hole, I'm surprised there's not blood coming out of there right now. There's a hole in my arm. Yeah, because that concludes story time.